There are few names in African history that carry the weight of legend and history combined, and Queen Amina of Zazzau is undoubtedly one of them. Known for her bravery, military genius, and unshakable leadership, Queen Amina is a figure whose story has been passed down through generations. Born in the 16th century, her legend continues to resonate today as a symbol of strength, courage, and resilience. But who exactly was Queen Amina? Her tale is one that blurs the lines between history and myth, a captivating story that has both inspired and mystified generations. It is said that Amina's rule brought about a golden age for the Kingdom of Zazzau, expanding its borders and securing its place among the great civilizations of West Africa. But it wasn't just her military prowess that made her legendary, it was her strategic mind, her fierce determination, and her ability to challenge the boundaries set for women of her time. In this video, we embark on an exploration of Queen Amina's life, from her humble beginnings in Zazzau to her rise as one of Africa's most renowned warrior queens. We'll uncover the struggles she faced, the battles she fought, and the legacy she left behind, a legacy that has endured for centuries and continues to inspire women and men alike across the world. Queen Amina's story is a reminder of the untold power that lies within each individual, the power to lead, to conquer, and to shape the future. Her name lives on as a beacon of hope for those who dare to defy the odds. So, let's take a step back in time and delve into the world of one of Africa's most formidable and inspiring historical figures. Queen Amina's story begins in the heart of the Hausa Kingdom of Zazzau, a region located in present-day northern Nigeria. Zazzau, like many other African kingdoms of the time, was a land rich in culture, tradition, and military prowess. It was a kingdom where royalty was respected and revered, and warriors were seen as the true protectors of the land. Born in 1533, Amina was the daughter of King Nikita of Zazzau, and while she was part of a royal family, her early life was far from typical for a princess. Zazzau, like many other African kingdoms, placed a strong emphasis on military strength, and young boys and girls alike were raised with the knowledge of warfare, strategy, and survival. From an early age, Amina showed an incredible aptitude for leadership. While most girls of her time were expected to remain in the royal palace, Amina was out in the fields with the soldiers, learning the ways of combat. There are no clear records of Amina's exact upbringing, and much of what is known is based on oral traditions and folklore. But one thing is certain, Amina was no ordinary princess. She was an intelligent and ambitious young woman who had a deep understanding of the power of military conquest. Her thirst for knowledge and her desire to be more than just a figurehead drove her to break free from the confines of her gender and society's expectations. As a child, Amina was known to be fiercely competitive. It is said that she was not only well versed in the arts of war, but she also had an exceptional talent for archery and horse riding, skills that were traditionally reserved for young men. These early experiences would lay the foundation for her future as a powerful and respected warrior. In fact, Amina's dedication to training and her deep respect for military strategy made her stand out even among the seasoned warriors of her father's court. But there was also a darker side to Amina's childhood. She grew up in a kingdom where succession was often contested, and many royal families faced internal strife. It is believed that Amina's rise to power was fueled by the tension and political instability in Zazzau. Amina had several brothers, but it was her brother Karami who eventually ascended to the throne. However, his reign was short-lived. After Karami's death in battle, Amina found herself in a position where she could seize power. The political climate in Zazzau had shifted, and Amina saw an opportunity to rise from the shadows of her brothers and take control of the kingdom. Her family background, combined with her personal determination and military acumen, put Amina in an ideal position to take the throne. But what made her different from other would-be rulers was her understanding of the need for both diplomacy and force. She knew that to truly rule Zazzau and expand its influence, she would need to secure the loyalty of her people while also strategically positioning herself as a military leader. Her early life was a blend of tradition and innovation. Amina embraced the customs of her people, but she also introduced new ideas into the political and military spheres. Zazzau was a kingdom of great military might, but it would take more than just brute strength to ensure its survival and prosperity. Amina understood that the key to her success would lie not only in conquering enemies but also in winning the loyalty of her people and forging alliances with neighboring kingdoms. When Amina finally ascended to the throne of Zazzau, she did so at a time when the kingdom was ripe for change. Her rise was met with both celebration and skepticism. After all, how could a woman, especially a warrior, rule a kingdom traditionally dominated by men? But Amina was not deterred by the doubts of others. She was determined to prove herself as a capable leader and to carve out a new future for her kingdom. Her path to power was anything but easy. At the time of her ascension, Zazzau was embroiled in political instability and conflict with neighboring kingdoms. There were rival factions within the court, and many questioned whether Amina had the strength to overcome the challenges she faced. But what Amina lacked in traditional political experience, she made up for in military savvy and a fierce determination to succeed. It didn't take long for Amina to prove herself. Her first acts as queen involved fortifying Zazzau's military strength and initiating a series of strategic military campaigns. She understood that in order to secure her position and expand her influence, she would need to prove her military might. Amina's military genius came from her ability to blend traditional tactics with innovative strategies, often outsmarting her rivals and securing victories that others thought impossible. Under her leadership, Zazzau's borders expanded, and the kingdom became a formidable force in the region. She not only commanded armies but also restructured her military, introducing new weaponry and fortifications to strengthen the kingdom. Her reign marked the beginning of a new era for Zazzau, a period of prosperity, expansion, and unmatched military might. When Queen Amina ascended to the throne of Zazzau, she knew that in order to secure her rule and protect her people, she had to be more than just a symbolic leader, she had to be a military powerhouse. Her reign would become defined by one thing above all: her unmatched ability to command and lead armies. One of Amina's most remarkable traits was her military genius. It said that she didn't just lead her soldiers in battle, she was on the front lines with them. Her personal courage and strategic mind made her a revered figure among her soldiers, and they followed her with unwavering loyalty. Amina was not only a queen by birthright, but a leader by merit. Her understanding of military tactics, combined with her fierce determination, turned her into one of the most effective rulers in the region. Amina's military campaigns were far-reaching, extending beyond the borders of Zazzau and into neighboring kingdoms. Her most famous conquests took place in what is now northern Nigeria, where she expanded Zazzau's territory through a series of calculated military actions. It's said that she led her armies with the precision of a seasoned general, always thinking 3 steps ahead, always looking for an opportunity to outmaneuver her enemies. Her first major military campaign began when she set her sights on the neighboring city-states of the Hausa kingdoms, which were constantly at war with each other. In a bold move, Amina assembled an army of elite warriors and launched a series of successful raids, crushing the opposition and expanding Zazzau's influence. Her soldiers were known for their discipline and ferocity, and Amina's name soon became synonymous with victory. One of her most notable achievements was the conquest of the city of Kano, a prosperous and well-defended kingdom. The city had long been a rival of Zazzau, and many believed that it would be impossible for Amina's forces to breach its walls. But Amina was not one to be deterred by obstacles. She cleverly surrounded the city and cut off its supply lines, forcing the defenders to surrender. After a brief but intense siege, Kano was brought under Zazzau's control, marking a major turning point in Amina's reign. Another significant part of Amina's military strategy was her use of fortifications. Recognizing that her kingdom would be vulnerable without strong defenses, she ordered the construction of massive walls around her cities, turning them into impenetrable fortresses. These walls, known as the Amina Walls, were a testament to her foresight and military acumen. They protected her people from invasions and allowed her to focus on expanding her kingdom. But Amina was not just a conqueror, she was also a diplomat. Her military campaigns were often followed by strategic alliances with neighboring kingdoms. She knew that diplomacy was just as important as military might, and her ability to negotiate with rival kingdoms ensured that her conquests were sustainable. As Zazzau grew in power, Amina's influence spread across the entire region, and she became a respected leader not just among the Hausa kingdoms but also among the wider West African world. Throughout her reign, Amina continued to wage war against those who sought to undermine her power. Yet, despite her reputation as a fearsome warrior, she was also known for her fairness and just rule. She believed in rewarding loyalty and ensuring that her kingdom flourished both economically and culturally. Her campaigns were not just about domination, they were about securing her people's future. By the time Amina's reign ended, Zazzau had grown to become one of the most powerful and prosperous kingdoms in West Africa. Her military campaigns had established her as a legend, and her kingdom had become an unstoppable force in the region. But Amina's true legacy lies not just in her military victories, but in her vision for Zazzau, her ability to combine strength with wisdom, might with justice. The legacy of Queen Amina is one that continues to resonate across generations. Her reign not only transformed the Kingdom of Zazzau into a powerful empire but also left a lasting mark on African history. Her story, passed down through oral traditions, has inspired countless individuals, especially women, to challenge the norms of their time and strive for greatness. One of the most enduring aspects of Amina's legacy is her role as a trailblazer for women in leadership. In a time when women were expected to remain in the domestic sphere, Amina defied the odds and became one of the most powerful figures in West Africa. Her reign shattered gender norms and proved that a woman could be both a ruler and a warrior, commanding respect in a male-dominated world. Today, her story serves as an inspiration for women who aspire to break through societal barriers and take leadership positions. But Amina's influence goes beyond gender. Her military campaigns and her vision for Zazzau's prosperity shaped the entire region. Under her rule, Zazzau became one of the wealthiest and most influential kingdoms in West Africa. Her successful military campaigns expanded Zazzau's territory and brought it into contact with other great kingdoms, fostering cultural exchange and economic growth. Amina's military innovations, such as the introduction of fortified walls around her cities, have become symbols of her forward-thinking leadership. Her strategy of combining military strength with solid defenses ensured the safety of her people for generations to come. The Amina Walls became legendary, and they still stand as a testament to her foresight and ingenuity. Even in death, Amina's legacy has lived on. Over the centuries, her name has been immortalized in songs, stories, and historical accounts. Her image has been portrayed as a fearless warrior queen, a woman who defied the conventions of her time and changed the course of history. In modern Nigeria, her legacy is celebrated in literature, theater, and art, and she remains a symbol of empowerment and leadership. Her impact can be felt not just in West Africa but across the African continent. Amina's reign demonstrated that leadership is not defined by gender, and her accomplishments have become a powerful reminder that strength and wisdom are qualities that transcend societal expectations. In many ways, Amina's story is still unfolding. Each generation that learns about her finds new meaning in her achievements and continues to draw strength from her example. But perhaps the most powerful part of Amina's legacy is the way she has been remembered in the hearts of the people. For centuries, her name has been synonymous with bravery, leadership, and the pursuit of greatness. She has become more than just a historical figure, she is a symbol of the power within us all to defy the odds, to lead with courage, and to change the world for the better. As we look back on the incredible life of Queen Amina, it's clear that her legacy is not one that can be easily defined by a single story or a single achievement. Her life was a testament to the power of determination, innovation, and courage. Amina was more than just a warrior queen, she was a visionary, a ruler who understood that true leadership is about more than just military victories. It's about inspiring others, creating lasting change, and building a kingdom that will endure for generations. Her story reminds us that greatness is not confined to a single gender, race, or background. Amina came from a royal family, but it was her intelligence, her courage, and her determination that truly set her apart. Her name will continue to be passed down for centuries to come, as future generations of women and men alike draw inspiration from her life. The legend of Queen Amina teaches us that no matter the odds, no matter the barriers, we have the power within us to break free and forge our own path. Her name lives on, not just as a ruler of a great kingdom, but as a symbol of strength, empowerment, and leadership. Queen Amina of Zazzau will always be remembered as one of the greatest warriors and rulers Africa has ever known. So, as we reflect on her incredible journey, let us remember that we, too, have the potential to shape our own futures and make our own mark on the world, just as Queen Amina did all those years ago. Her legacy is not just in the past, it's alive within all of us who dare to dream and lead with courage. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Queen Amina's life and legacy. I hope her story has inspired you as much as it has inspired countless others over the centuries. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from African history and beyond.